it's Alyssa here from Grace and Strength. Today we'll be doing a full body flow. The theme of today's practice is acceptance, whether that be accepting yourself or people around you. So let's get started on the mats. Starting today's flow in a kneeling position. Sitting into your heels if that's accessible for you. Sit up nice and tall and draw the crown of your head up towards the sky. Let's start with a slow, calm, and focused breath to begin with. Close your eyes and roll your shoulder blades back and down away from your ears. Lengthen out your breath. Notice each inhale. Notice each exhale. Allowing your breath to enter into every part of your body. Find your rhythm. Calm your mind as we set the theme for today's class. Today I'm going to share a story that might be quite familiar for some of you. It is from Luke chapter 19, verse 1 to 10. So Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and was wealthy. He wanted to see who Jesus was, but because he was too short, he could not see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed the fig tree to see him, since Jesus was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this and began to mutter, "He has gone to be the guest of a sinner." But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because this man, too, is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." Now tax collectors back then were considered sinners, because tax collectors tend to cheat people's money back then. So it's interesting how Jesus wanted to stay at Zacchaeus' house and to be his guest. But how beautiful is it that Jesus came to save the lost? Maybe today you can associate with the crowd more. You find it hard to love those whom society labels as the bad people. Or maybe you can associate yourself with Zacchaeus more. For today's practice, we'll be using the oceanic breath, which is inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your throat, but out our nose, keeping our lips sealed. You should be able to hear your exhalation quite clearly. If you find that a little bit confusing, place one of your hands in front of you and imagine you are exhaling through your mouth to fog up a mirror, and then seal your lips halfway through the exhale. Do this a few times until you get used to this breath before we begin our flow. We'll try to keep our lips sealed for our breath throughout the whole practice. So try now. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth to fog up a mirror. And then seal your lips. You should hear the breath come through your throat and then out your nose. This time let's seal our lips and try again. Inhale. Exhale. Nice long breaths. It should sound like an ocean. That's why it's called the oceanic breath. As we flow through today's sequence, and you need to rest at any time, just feel free to. Catch your breath at any time in your downward dog or child's pose. Starting with a little warm-up flow, sweep your arms up towards the sky on the inhale, and exhale, draw your hands to heart. One more time, inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your gaze between your hands, and hands to heart. Again, inhale, rise up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Now in prayer hands, draw your hands up towards the sky and lift your bottom away from your heels, inhaling as you reach up high. Exhale, sweep your arms down by your side and slide your hands all the way forward for your puppy pose. Hips should be up towards the sky and knees bent 90 degrees, pressing your chest down and resting your forehead on the ground. Hold there for one more inhale. Then exhale, slide the hands back in and come into your kneeling position with prayer hands. Again, inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep the arms down and slide out into puppy pose. Hold for another inhale. Then exhale, slide back into kneeling, prayer hands. Repeat again. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms down, puppy pose, chest down. One more inhale. Then exhale, slide back into kneeling. Again, one more time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Slide your hands forward. Inhale there. Exhale, slide back in. Come into your child's pose now. Then slowly round your spine and draw yourself up into tabletop position. Let's do a few cat-cows here to warm up the spine a bit more. Inhale, lift your gaze 45 degrees up and press the chest forward. Exhale, round the spine and tuck the chin in. Inhale, roll your shoulder blades back, draw the tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the tailbone down and round your spine. One more time. Inhale, head up, belly pressing down. Exhale, head down. Draw the spine up towards the sky. And slowly back to neutral spine. Step your hands one step forward and come into your first down dog. Press your chest back and feel your hamstrings stretch. Paddle your feet. Feel your hamstring and calves warming up. Make sure your ears are next to your biceps. Now right leg rise up and open up the hips. Turn the knee out to the side and draw circles with your right knee. Make the circles as big as you can, feeling your hips open up. Slow and controlled circles. Using your oceanic breath, syncing your movement to breath. Then bring your right knee in towards your chest and step behind your right hand. Lift your left leg up and step behind your left hand. Lift your sit bones up high and fold forward. Remember to keep your hips stacked over your heels. Then slowly rise up to standing, coming into your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead and bring your gaze between your hands. Exhale, swan dive down into your forward fold. Remember to use your oceanic breath. Hands on your shin and chest forward. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, step back into high plank, keeping your shoulders stacked over your wrists. Hinge forward, hug your elbows in as you lower yourself down until your belly touches the mat. Inhale, cobra, lift your chest up. Exhale, bring your forehead back down on the mat. Inhale, press up into up dog. Thighs come off the mat, chest forward and shoulders roll back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Swapping sides now, lift your left leg up for three-legged dog. Bend the knee and open up the hips. Draw big circles with your left knee, nice and controlled. Avoid swinging the legs. Draw big circles. Sync movement to breath. Then bring the left knee to chest and step behind your left hand. Lift your right foot off the mat and step forward behind your right hand as well. Lift your sit bones up high towards the sky and fold forward. Slowly roll up, coming into standing. Mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up high. Bring your gaze between your hands and exhale, fold forward. Keep the hips stacked over your heels. Inhale, chest forward for halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Hinge forward, hug your elbows in. You can drop onto your knees anytime you need. High to low push up and press straight back up into upward facing dog or cobra if you want. Chest press forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your chest towards your thighs and have a micro bend in your knees. Right leg rise up on the inhale. Exhale, tuck knee to chest and step between your hands. Wiggle your toes forward if it's not quite there yet. Make sure that your front knee stacked over your front heel. Inhale, rise up for crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two, dropping your back heel down, keeping your right knee stacked over your heels and shifted towards the right. Inhale, flip your right palm over and reach up for exalted warrior. Exhale, right hand comes down inside your right foot and left arm reaches up for extended side angle. Inhale, sweep your left arm forward and down next to your right hand. Then exhale, back heel comes up and right arm sweeps up for revolved side angle. Inhale, rise up for revolved crescent lunge, pressing through your left foot. Exhale, sweep your right arm down and forward. Left arm sweeps up and back as you drop your back foot down into warrior two again. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach your right arm up, exalted warrior. Then exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches forward and down. Swapping hands, right arm reaches up, back heel comes up. Inhale, left arm sweeps forward, then circle all the way to warrior two. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach your right arm up, exalted warrior. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up for extended side angle. Inhale, left arm sweeps forward and down. Exhale, back heel comes up, right arm reaches up for revolved side angle. Inhale, press through your front foot, rise up for revolved crescent lunge. Exhale, left arm reaches up and back, and heel comes down for warrior two. Windmill back down to the top of the mat and step back into high plank. Hinge forward, flow through again, high to low push-up. Keep the elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Swap sides now. We've got to do the other side. Left leg rise up on the inhale. Exhale, knee to chest and step through between your hands. Or wiggle your foot forward. Pressing through your front foot. Rise up, inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two as you circle your right arm back, dropping your back heel down. Make sure that both feet are planted and rooted down into the mat. Back leg is straight and front knee is stacked over heels. Inhale, flip your left palm over and reach up for exalted warrior. Exhale, left hand comes down inside your left foot. Right arm up for extended side angle. Inhale, sweep your top arm forward and down. Exhale, back heel comes up and left arm reaches up for revolved side angle. Inhale, rise up for revolved crescent lunge. Right arm forward, left arm back. Then as you exhale, sweep your left arm down and forward, right arm up and back as you drop your back heel down into your warrior two. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, left arm up for exalted warrior. Exhale, left hand down, extended side angle. Inhale, sweep the right arm forward and down onto the mat. Exhale, left arm reaches up and back heel comes up for revolved side angle. Inhale, press into your front foot, rise up for revolved crescent lunge. Exhale, right arm sweeps back and drop your back heel down for warrior two. Make sure that in warrior two, your front knee never caves in towards your inner thigh, but always try to align your knee with your pinky toe. Slowly windmill back to the top of the mat and step back into high plank, shoulder stacked over your hands. Hinge forward, flow through. Lower your chest down halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Micro bend in the knees, pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Deep breaths here. Catch your breath for a moment. We're going to do a few bunny hops now. Kicking our heels up towards our bottom and trying to bring our shoulders stacked over our wrists or as close as we can. Let's do 3. The first 2 will land back into our down dog. On our third one, we'll bring our gaze between our hands and try to land between our hands or as close as possible. So let's go. Kick heels up and land back. Kick up and land back. One more time, look between your hands, and as you land as close to your hands as possible. Now lift your hips up and fold forward. Release any tension in your neck, your arms, your shoulders. Keep your hips stacked over your heels. Deep breath. Slowly come up into standing, back into your mountain pose. Remember to use your oceanic breath. Remember to breathe. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive down and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift chest forward. Exhale, step your left foot back. Keep your right knee stacked over your right heel. Inhale, rise up for crescent lunge. Exhale, left arm back for warrior two. Right heel should be pointing straight to the left arch of your foot. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm up, right hand down. Inhale, sweep your left arm forward and down. Exhale, back heel up, right arm up for a revolved side angle. Inhale, rise up, pressing through your front foot, revolved crescent lunge. Exhale, sweep your right arm down and forward. Back heel comes down for warrior two. Windmill back down and step back into high plank. Hinge forward, high to low push-up. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step, jump or float to the top of the mat, up to you. Lift your hips up for forward fold. Shake out your neck, side to side. Nod your head back and forth, releasing the tension in the neck. Then slowly rise up to standing. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chest forward for a halfway lift, long flat spine. Exhale, step your right leg back, keeping your front knee stacked over the heel. Pressing through your front foot, inhale, rise up for crescent lunge. Nice and strong. Exhale, come into warrior two. Keep that left knee out towards the left side. Keep the front knee out towards the pinky toe. Then left hand sweeps up, exalted warrior. Lowering the left hand down, extended side angle. Swapping hands. Left arm comes up, back heel comes up. Revolved side angle. Inhale, rise up, revolved crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Now windmill back down. Step back into high plank. Hinge forward and flow through. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg rise up on the inhale. Exhale, tuck knee to chest, then lower the right knee down towards your right wrist. Bring your right foot up a little higher to try to have your shin parallel to the front of the mat. Come into your pigeon pose, nice and slow. Square off your hips. Bring that left hip down a little bit more. Deep breaths, and with every exhale, sink deeper into your hip stretch. Long exhales. Ease into your focused breathing now. Slow down your breath. Calm your mind and your body. Keep holding the stretch. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Curl your back toes and lift your back knee off the mat. Lift and extend your right leg all the way back up for your three-legged dog. Bend the knee and open up the hip and draw big circles to stretch out the other way. slow and controlled circles. And slowly release, come back down into your downward facing dog. Swapping sides now. Left leg rise up on the inhale. Exhale, tuck knees to chest and slowly lower the left knee down towards your left wrist. Bring your left foot up a little higher to align your shin as parallel as possible to the front mat. If your hips are really tight, you can just keep your knees bent a little bit more, but try to square off your hips. Bring that right hip down a little bit. Deep breaths. Sink into your stretch. Maybe reach your arms forward. Make sure you square off your hips. Relax your facial muscles and breathe into your stretch. 3 more deep breaths. Curl your back toes and lift your back knee off the mat. Extend your left leg all the way back for your 3-legged dog. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Draw big circles with the knee. Stretch your hips, stretching out your hips the other way. This should feel pretty good after your pigeon pose as a counter movement. Few more circles. Try not to swing the leg but draw circles with a lot of control. And slowly release back down into your downward facing dog. You did a great job. I hope you had a good sweat. Slowly lower your knees onto the mat and come into child's pose. Sit into your heels and rest your forehead onto the mat. Slow down your breath. Long inhales. Long exhales. Lift your chest up and slip your right arm under your chest over to the left side. Feel a gentle shoulder stretch. Breathe. Breathe into the stretch. Release from the stretch and reach your right arm forward. Slip your left arm underneath your chest over to the right side and rest your body weight down again. Deep breath. Maybe even close your eyes as you focus on the breath. Slowly lift your chest up and I want you to bring your hands to opposite elbows and embrace yourself for a moment. Keep resting your forehead onto the mat and give yourself a little hug. Keep your eyes closed. What does acceptance mean to you? What does embracing mean to you? I love the story of Zacchaeus because it always reminds me that Jesus looks at us in a different way from the way the world views us. Can we be like that? Maybe learning to view ourselves and others the way Jesus does. Slowly roll onto your back and hug your knees to chest. And just rock side to side. Then slowly bring your feet to the mat, hip distance apart. Try to bring your heels closer towards your bottom. We will finish off with a quad stretch. If you at any point feel pain, then don't go further into the stretch. There should be a slight discomfort, but not a sharp pain. Use your right hand to grab onto your right heel. Bring it towards the right side of your hip, then lower your right knee down towards the mat next to your left foot. It might not go down all the way, but just try to press yourself into a slight discomfort where you feel a gentle stretch in your thighs. We've been doing a lot of standing poses today which engaged our thigh muscles a lot. So you should be feeling a really good stretch here. Keep your eyes closed as we breathe into our stretch. Reflect on whether there are areas in our lives that needs to be stretched today. Maybe loving someone who is hard to love. Learning to accept yourself for who God made you to be. Breathe. Hold here for 5 more breaths. Slowly release from the pose, nice and slow. Bring your right foot on the mats now with your right knee pointing to the sky. Left hand grabs onto your left heel and bring your foot to the left side of your hip. Slowly lower your left knee down towards the mat next to your right foot. With every breath, sink deeper into your stretch. Stretches are meant to be slightly uncomfortable at times. We don't press into a stretch too fast because it can be painful, but we learn to ease into it. Maybe we can do that with learning acceptance. Ease into it. Is there maybe just one thing you can learn to accept today? Just one. Maybe it's your past, or maybe it's someone else's past. How can you see that past event the way Jesus sees it, not the way we would? One more breath in. One more breath out. And slowly coming out of the stretch. Nice and slow. Extend both legs out and come into your final resting pose. Relax your body. Let your body just sink in towards the mat. Relax your jaws, the muscle behind your eyeballs. This is your time for meditation, to reflect and allow space for God to speak to you. How has today's verse spoken to you? Often an inability to accept people is simply because we look at people and situations as a judge. But we aren't the judge. God is. Mother Teresa once said, "If you judge people, you have no time to love them." Can we learn to approach others and ourselves with love instead of judgment? Take time to meditate. You can stay here as long as you want, but if not, you can slowly roll to your side and press back up to finish your practice whenever you're ready.